What's the passion? What's the motivation?
I think the harder you work, the luckier you get. I got started with my father. I was 20 years old. We had $10,000 of borrowed money. Today we've got sawmills.
What makes Sierra Pacific unique?
Definitely our construction aspect of it.
Plant our trees. We plant 8 to 12 million trees a year. Yeah, Timberland is the biggest asset we have. 2,400,000 acres of timberland.
I just had the opportunity to interview an absolute legend in the wood world, a man who's 96 years old and still goes to work every single day. He's the founder of Sierra Pacific Industries, one of America's largest lumber producers. But more importantly, I got a chance to pick his brain on how he runs his companies and where he sees the future of the wood world going. We talked about misconceptions about our industry, and those will probably surprise you. My name is Vadim, and I'm on a mission to shed light on the incredible people in the wood world that make our world a better place. Let's dive in.
It's just Red Emmerson. My father and I started in business. It would be 75 years ago. I was 20 years old. We've been at it, started pretty small, but today we're more substantial, far more.
You could have retired and done something else, but what's the passion? What's the motivation?
Well, it's my life. I enjoy it. I look forward most every day to going to work, and that's what I live for. Is we're doing things and we're going ahead on stuff, building mills. We're building another mill in Eugene right now, and we've got a Gilbert planer up there. But anyway, I just enjoy it.
Can you share a little bit back to the early days? How did you get started?
Well, I got started with my father when I was 20 years old, and anyway, we started pretty small. We had $10,000 of borrowed money, and anyway, we only had 7 or 8 employees, but today we've got over 6,000, but 75 years ago we had 7 or 8 employees, and that's quite a bit of growth. Today we've got sawmills, and we've got a millwork plant and a couple of millwork plants, and then we got into the window business over here a few years ago, and it's been a good business for us. It took a little while to get things going, but it's going good today, and we're building another plant in Phoenix, Alabama. It's working out good for us.
Red, that makes you an important part of what we do as an industry, is a steward of the land.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, timberland is the biggest asset we have. Today we've got 2,400,000 acres of timberland.
So I think that's part of the misconceptions, is like people might think that it's some antiquated technology or no technology at all, is just a couple of guys like using a handsaw, where in reality this is a fascinating industry, a lot of automation that you've been a part of too, and we're bringing it to market, bringing it to your sawmills to make that lumber. Can you share a little bit about what you do as a company?
We operate 14 sawmill sites, and another part of our company is we construct these sawmills, and we build some of our own sawmill equipment. Yes, we purchase it from people as well.
The other day I was up at Centralia, and I was watching that stud mill up there, and the thing was going 34 miles an hour, and it's the pull through. I like that because the broken ends and stuff like that. Maybe there's other planers do the same, but not that I know of.
You know, there's advantages and disadvantages to everything, but Gilbert's technology seems to work well. You have pointed ends or something like that, and it takes everything.
Well, the pull through, you can take broken ends, and it takes boards through there that wouldn't go through a conventional planer. That's the main thing. Of course, a planer is a planer, but I mean, they're well built, and we've had good luck with them, and we bought one, and obviously we like them, so we bought more.
We've installed plenty of their pieces of equipment in all different types of facilities, whether it's dimension or studs, and they're our choice going forward for purchasing planers. We got 2 more coming for our Eugene facility.
We plan on having them a long time. They cost a lot of money, but they're good machines.
The facility in Eugene is over 200,000 square feet just for the sawmill, and it's not a single head rig operation. It's a huge facility that's going to generate more lumber than most places.
We're building another mill in Eugene right now, and we've got a Gilbert planer up there. But
Gilbert planers are a fantastic piece of equipment, and I'd highly recommend them to anybody looking for a planer.
It's pretty obvious I'd recommend them, I mean, because we're buying so many of them. And since we started buying Gilbert planers, I mean, we haven't bought any others in the last few years.
What makes Sierra Pacific unique?
Definitely our construction aspect of it, but also we have very vertically integrated. We're now sowing the seeds that will turn into seedlings, growing the trees.
Yep.
Some of this fiber, when it gets cut down, it goes into energy, biomass. Some of it gets turned into lumber. Of that lumber, some of it gets turned into millwork products. Of that, some of that gets turned into wood windows and doors. So I think it's a different aspect than a lot of lumber producers have.
How did you get started?
Well, it's a family business, so there was that portion. I thought I'd have more opportunities within my family business than elsewhere. And I thought it was a little antiquated, but I was really wrong. And it's actually extremely fascinating and intriguing how complex and sort of problems that arise. And I mean, it's like every stone you turn over, there's a new problem, a new piece of data, a new something to look at. It's truly fascinating.
What's the most thing that you would say you're proud of during your career?
Well, I think it's our people that work for us, and it's amazing. We got people who have been with us excess of 40 years, and we got some many third-generation people that are with the company, and that's I'm proud of that. And I'm proud of the company we've got, and then I've got some grandsons that are coming up in the business, and they're very promising, and I just hope the company goes for a long time after I'm gone.
That's just absolutely incredible. And I think there's a lot of misconceptions, I would say, about our industry, unfortunately. Whereas being in the industry myself, I can see that you, along with many others, are taking care of the forest.
Yes, we have a nursery. We raise our own little seedlings and plant our trees. We plant 8 to 12 million trees a year, and it's all the West Coast here, Oregon, California, and Washington. We started in California, so consequently most of our land is in California, but we have land in Oregon and Washington as well.
You know, I think you're absolutely right about the misconceptions. And I mean, in our world today, we talk about the environment, we talk about carbon, and it's amazing to me that, you know, it's never been put together that a forest products company is sequestering carbon and storing that carbon. And we get tons of people that, you know, don't understand that. And you start, you know, talking about logging, and it just, you know, seems that it's, you know, cutting down trees, and why would you do that when those are the things sequestering your carbon? But at the same time, if you don't do that, then you can't continue to sequester and store that carbon. So, you know, the misconception of, you know, let's just go cut the whole forest down. We don't want to cut it all down.
Yeah.
We want to replant it. Those trees we planted are going to sequester more carbon in their lifetime than if we just left the other ones standing. You go into the other misconceptions, you know, everyone's got the idea that it's just a old industry, and that let's get our misery whips out, and, you know, it's not that way at all. I mean, sure, anybody can take and make lumber if they got a chainsaw or a skill saw.
Yeah.
But nobody can make lumber the way our industry does, and the speed at which they can do it at.
Red, if you could give advice to your younger self, what would that advice be?
I think stay focused, and you got to be cautious, and I think the harder you work, the luckier you get. And of course, we all need a little luck. I mean, I can see that when we first started in business, if we would have made a few bad moves, we could have gone broke, but we didn't, and we kept growing, and so we're, you know, pretty well established today, and I hope we don't go broke.
Absolutely.
Always worry about it, but
What are your biggest opportunities looking into the future? You, your company, our industry.
It takes lumber to build houses, and I think we're building a lot of houses, and it's the general public is going to need lumber, and I think do a good job and run a good business, and you got to take care of your customers, your employees, and it's all part of a whole package is what it amounts to.
I think there's a ton of opportunities in our industry, and look beyond the sawdust and oil, because it's a lot more fascinating and a lot more interesting. The challenges, the problems, how you can do something, especially in our company, we give people a lot of chance to make it their own and do their own thing, and I don't think you see that in a lot of places. I
think it's been a good industry, and I think that most of the successful people in this industry are pretty decent people. Some are better friends than some of my competitors, and I'm proud of that. They treat me right and respect us, and I respect them as well.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Listen, that was a treat for me, and I hope it was for you too. If you want to follow me as I go across the globe and get connected to what's really happening, boots on the ground, in the factories, in the sawmills, out in the forest, and other cool places, well, hit subscribe on my YouTube page and hop on my free newsletter. Because here's the thing, from the framing in your house to the box that shows up on your doorstep, wood and wood fiber touches nearly every part of our daily lives. But most people never see the journey from forest to finished product. And I'm here to change that with the wood world. So hit the link in the description, and I'll see you next time.